So glad Kyle wasn't here for that. People really will fucking fight about anything. God damn it. Alright. Alright. I got maybe one more of this in me. If we can fucking turn it around, I want to play, but like, I might switch to just fucking chilling and watching some videos and being goofy, because this is going crazy poorly. And also, the vibes got fucked with a little bit.
I can tell that.
Made a fuck pile of money. Yeah. Could also just take a smoke break and like recoup that way. Yeah, maybe so.
I got 0.
Sorry. Good dunk. Sorry, Soupy, I wasn't trying to hit that at all. I was trying to kill one of them.
Not at all.
Oh my. That is not... Oh man, super shit flip. Man, if I can start pre-jumping you guys on hits like that... That was a really clean touch back to you. And to be clear, that was intentional. I pre-jumped it by a large margin for a reason. Good job. Good job. Ski Mask the Jump God is a crazy name. Yeah. Oh my. Tactical whiff.
One of the savings that was pretty good, but I had to dodge 2 decades chasers.
Bro, I'll take it. We got a fucking dub. Yeah, let's take a short smoke break. Don't go smoke a brisket, Dimmy.
Okay, I won't go smoke a brisket.
Just a side of venison. And he's gone.
Bro, smoked a fucking... Oh my god. Last night, that was the longest smoke break. I do be liking spooky season, but I don't think enough to use spooky season stuff in Rocket League. Alright, trash can incoming. You know what? I'm happy. I'm so happy with my dinner tonight. You know what I had, Soupy? I had a turkey sub. I'm mostly happy with my dinner tonight because it was real good. Problem is, I got about 10 inches into a foot long before I realized they forgot my bacon. And I was like, well, they ain't gonna believe me now. Imagine you just take them a fucking 2-inch section of bread. And you're just like, you didn't put bacon on my sub. That's not happening. So I had what would have been a turkey club, but was in fact a turkey sub. And just a little bit of oil and vinegar on it. So good. Just simple too. Lettuce, spinach, mayo, tomato. Simple. It was divine. Divine enough that I got most of the way through it without noticing that it didn't have bacon. Yeah, I ate the whole goddamn thing. On my, like, most charitable argument could have been, could you refund me for the bacon? You think I want to go up there for $2? Nah, fuck out of here. I ate the whole goddamn sub. B.O.B. Haley Williams airplanes, please. That's correct, it's not. Hey, Kyle. The real tragedy would have been if I had ordered avocado, because then I want the bacon. Then I would have really wanted the bacon. But where I went didn't have avocado, so. Listen, meatball marinara is a classic, and you almost can't go wrong with it. Even like Subway's is decent. Their meatballs leave a little bit to be desired if you're going to focus on the meatball, but you're not. You're focusing on the meat, the cheese, the sauce, the bread. What the fuck was that cadence? The meat, the cheese, the sauce, the bread. It's like DMX out here. That was almost a beautiful power slide.
Alright, I'm back already.
Holy shit! One whole brisket still not smoked. I'm kidding, I love you. DMXXL. That's hilarious. I added an extra X because I've gained a little weight. It's...
There we go. I got it.
I completely stole Soupy's rotation badly. Okay.
I need you to touch that.
It doesn't matter. I put us in a bad spot. Wow. Tessie, that's crazy. You're not wrong. Like, I love me some lamb. Your boy doesn't lose kickoffs in the R2D2 Octane. Oh.
Oh, fuck. This was a wall. Sorry.
I gotta work on my roasting so the babies will taste better. What? That's true. Holy fuck. I had a phase too. Mine was, my favorite one was, how do you get seven dead babies into one bucket? Blender, how do you get them all out? Tortilla chips.
There you go.
Kind of expected someone to have a reaction akin to that, yeah. That's dark. Oh, hello, Ice Speeds. I'm so glad you got here after that joke. Not before or for that joke. Oh, man.
I literally stopped touching my boost as soon as I heard you behind me. I was like, he's got a better angle on it than I do. I don't
Listen,
try to fight him over it.
it's a dead baby joke, okay? And it's a really dark one. But I'll tell it to you if you want to hear it. We were talking about, you know, we all had different phases in our lives. This was definitely part of my 4chan phase. You're fine. No, Testy, you haven't. That's insane. Sorry, Dim.
You're fine.
Oh my god. This guy fucking bumped me perfectly.
Yeah, I saw him chasing for the bump, which is why I tried to go, and I should flip instead of going. Just got downloaded.
Alright, Ice Beans, are you ready? Thank you. Do judge me. This joke is horrific. This joke, Ice Beans. Alright, Ice Beans. How do you get 7 dead babies into a bucket? With a blender. How do you get them out? Tortilla chips. You know, we took a smoke break and I didn't smoke. It wasn't very well thought out on my part. Every time I hear it, all I think is baby salsa, which is just a crazy thing to think. I think Ice Beans just unfollowed. It was funny. Dudes was exactly Moon. All right, I'm actually gonna go to main menu and take some fucking Blinkertons. No, I knew Ice Beans would be cool with it, though she did send a screenshot of her reporting me. How do you make a baby crawl in a circle?
Rope? I don't know how.
Nail one of its hands to the floor. How do you make it stop?
Nail both hands?
Nail the other hand. I'll do race guesser. Moon, I know way too many of these. Ugh.
So sorry.
Are you shitting me?
I'm pretty sure they bounced that off of their beat's head.
No, they did. That's why I said, are you fucking kidding me? Then tell him, Ice Beans. What?
Fake.
What in the Rocket League? Do I have this as Rocket League bound? Can we please use it if I don't? You do? Use it? I don't have it. This is Rocket League. Oh no. Thank God he also fucked up his kickoff. Nice clear. Damn me.
Like, I just fell in front of you. I'm sorry. I didn't...
No, it was the play after that fucked me. I can deal with the bump. I can't deal with you faking me on who's going on the ball right after. And then that, to cap it off, you land on my boost. This guy is such a toxic fucker right now. Oh, I tried to dime you up, Soupy. No way I waited till the right time and split their fucking defense like that. That's crazy. Alright, I'll drag you in, Ice Beans. I don't know how Dead Baby Jokes just turned into a 5-minute VC story that's sad but funny, but sign me up. I feel like I have to understand the connection between whatever you're going to tell us and what we were already saying, so I would need you to come in no matter what. If you join the general VC, I'll drag you after this game. Hey, respect Kyle. I hope it gets done. Not what I'm doing, obviously. Nice job, boys. I heard her. Sleep well, buddy. Love you. Give Nina some love. Hello. She may not have roles to chat.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, there's not really a huge connection. It's more like, the only connection is like what you were saying about, probably would have like a ton of those jokes, and what I was saying was that I don't have those jokes. I have tales that are more like, this is kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny.
Okay.
So my best example would be, in 2014, I basically, I was diagnosed with cancer, right? It was thyroid cancer, like pretty fucking, they caught it early, blah, 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 blah. It's, I'm more or less in remission, quote unquote, okay? But about a year later, I had another friend who called me up and was like, he had just been diagnosed with brain cancer, okay? Objectively worse, okay? But he didn't know anybody else who had had cancer, so he called me. And, so I talked to him, blah, blah, blah. He went through a bunch of surgeries, bunch of chemo, all that shit. It seemed to be okay for a while, right? I know he had gone back in one other time. And then I didn't hear back from him for a while. And this was a guy who had, like, I'd played League with during college, and he was my brother's, like, best friend when they were in kindergarten and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So, pretty good friend. And then I hadn't heard from him in a while, kind of normal. And then one day he sends me a picture of, like, this, like, really sick matching tattoo that he got with his brother. And he was telling me that, like, the tattoo artist was really cool. I'd been, like, really wanting a tattoo from this guy, and how the guy was nice enough to come to the hospital. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Hospital? And he was like, yeah, the cancer came back, they found X, Y, and Z, and, he said it could be a few months, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so my dumbass thought, a few more months of treatment. And I literally said to him, like, in our little text chat, I said, damn, that sucks, bro.
He was
And
like,
then-
yeah, kinda.
Well,
Sorry.
that, and I'm not gonna lie, like, our conversation kind of petered out afterwards, which is also normal, okay? Which was also normal for us.
You know, he
But-
was incredibly sick.
Yeah, he didn't message again for about 3 months, and then the message said, "Hey, this is Jim's mom."
No, even worse, Para. Literally, less than a month later, I find out on Facebook that he passed away.
Oh no, that
Like,
does suck, bro. That's amazing. All right,
And
Thing you said to him.
to this day, I sit there and I'm like, he must have, like, I don't know. I think what I will, like, on one hand, I'm like, the reason that he would talk to me was to have one person who wouldn't, like, freak out about the whole cancer thing. You know what I mean? Because, like, when you have cancer, especially if it's something bad or terminal, everybody treats you like fucking, like, they don't know what to do with you. You know what I mean?
sure.
Like, and it's like a whole thing where sometimes people just want to have somebody who doesn't do that. So, I like to think that he,
You'll never know.
I'll never know.
We can't get his take on it. All right, why don't you tell me about the time you laughed at your cousin?
Oh yeah, dude. Okay. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I can't believe, Tessie, you remember this. Okay, so
I can. That sounds like the kind of thing I wouldn't forget.
dude, my cousin. Okay, he was mentally ill. Okay, he. I don't exactly know. I'm pretty sure he had bipolar. I don't remember, like, what his kind of, like, treatment was for it. Sri Lanka is definitely not up there when it comes to treating mental illnesses and shit like that. Although we're getting there, but in any case, it's also like a lot of it is like dealing with like cultural shit, right? Like people not wanting to go get diagnosed and stuff like that. And so he was mentally ill. He had attempted to commit suicide by essentially like jumping out of like from like the 6th floor where he lives, right? Like he lives in an apartment. He jumped off the 6th floor. He survived. He did like he like fucked his everything up, okay?
Yeah.
He like, and he survived.
I love that you're already laughing.
Yeah, no, and and the thing is, like, well, here's the thing, right? They told my family, do not take him back to that apartment. Like, don't take him back to that apartment. What do you think my family fucking did? They took him right back to that apartment, and they were like, yeah, we're just gonna keep an eye on him. This motherfucker somehow, man, they just didn't let him leave the house, like, you know, or leave the whatever. I don't know. They did some shit. This guy goes to the bathroom, takes out the tiny little exhaust fan, fits his entire body through that like hole. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Okay, and he tried again, and he survived again. Okay, and at this point, he was in hospital for a very fucking long time after that.
Anyone ever question his dedication to success here? Because, like, here's the thing. I feel like there are some notes I would take after the first attempt. That I'd be like, oh, if I do this again, I better lead with the head.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure what they would be. I think that's one of them.
Well, he at the very this is the part that was like, I guess this is the part that was funny to me. Okay, which funny to me about the whole situation was that after this whole deal happened, they got him. You know, whenever he was released from hospital, they basically had somebody who was like, whose job it was to essentially just like go with him, just be with him all the time. Okay, I don't know what they're called really, but anyway, this person
bodyguard.
No, it'd be
I don't know. I've never heard of that word. I guess you.
Nurse or a living assistant.
Listen, I was being a smartass, okay? Bodyguard was not a real answer.
No,
though they were trying to guard his body from him.
They were. Now, I will say a nurse does sound like about right, because the other thing too is that, like, at this point he's paralyzed from the waist down. Okay, like he's peeing into the he's peeing through a catheter. Okay, he's got.
So proved as a happy guy, he decided to really improve his quality of life.
Well.
I totally distracted by a terrible thought I had. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Please tell us the terrible thought though.
Every time he tries, it gets harder and harder to do it again.
Oh no!
You know, I was already trying to figure out how he got through the fucking ceiling thing, like what with all his broken body parts.
Well, no, like, see, the thing is that, like, I mean, you know, there was some time in between, like, he recovered from the broken leg and the spine thing, but apparently only enough that he could crawl through a fucking exhaust hole in the wall, right? So the third time, so after he gets released from the hospital a second time, so he's got this nurse, helping him out and also keeping him from killing himself, okay? And throughout this whole thing, he would tell, like, he asked my cousin, who is my other cousin, who's also a doctor.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I can still hear you.
Okay. He basically begged him to, like, slip him, like, cyanide. You know what I mean? And the same thing with the nurse. He'd apparently tried convincing the nurse to, like, give him something. And he even was like, I'll even wait till, like, you, he knew that the guy was going on holiday the following week or whatever. So he was like, I'll even wait till you go on holiday and then take it so that you don't get in trouble. Like, this was the extent to which he was dedicated to killing himself, okay?
Jeez.
So he obviously nurse, that's not his, like, whatever, right? So nurse number 1 goes on holiday. In the interim, he gets nurse number 2. Okay?
Okay.
And nurse number 2, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest and say I don't know anything about either of these 2 nurses. Okay, except that he had a new nurse the second time. So he tells nurse number 2 that he wants to go visit his friend. Okay, so
Where's your friend?
Like,
on the roof.
Yeah. Where's your friend? Well, he tells nurse number 2, okay, we're gonna. I want to go visit my friend. So the nurse gets an Uber. They get into the Uber, and then at one point, my cousin's like, oh hey, we need to stop and get some snacks or whatever. So he like gets the Uber to stop at like a grocery store, and he tells the nurse, like, he asks him if he can go get the snacks. And the dumb fuck goes in to get the snacks, and my cousin tells the Uber to keep driving to a bridge, gets dropped off, and then he just like yeets himself off the bridge.
Jesus.
So this is how it ends for
No,
him,
he was-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's tenacious.
I mean, listen, I told my mom, because my mom was so pissed. I was like, Mom,
At
you know
who?
what? He
got dropped off, and then he got dropped off.
No, there's, like-
That is a major mistake for the nurse to make, though, is to leave him alone like that.
Yes, I know. Well, okay, she was not. I don't know if she was pissed at her. She probably was. Okay?
All right, listen.
But I
Can
told
we
her- I told
talk
her,
about the
listen,
positives here? Your
Yeah.
cousin is a goal-oriented, motivated, directional thinker.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And let's be clear here. That motherfucker was like, listen, the ground failed twice. I'm going for water.
I'm going
Like,
to watch.
that's bold. That's bold.
Was
Was,
that's right.
true,
That's
was.
right, Tessie was.
He
Yeah. And I
was those things.
I told my mom, look, Mom, like I think there comes a point, where meds can only do so much, therapy can only do so much. If you're
Listen.
this dedicated to killing yourself, it was going to happen, like, whether you wanted it to or not.
I'm of the mind that some people lose a battle with depression. He whooped its ass. He beat the fuck out of it. He went 3 rounds deep and was like, no, I'm dedicated to the game. Right? Like, do you know how many people have one failed attempt and they're like, no, I actually want to live? And this kid was like, no, I'm going to fucking get this done.
But yeah, no, that's I guess that's what I mean when I say like, because if I think about it, I could probably come up with more stories like that. But those 2 are probably my top ones. So
Those are
enjoy.
pretty dark. Mine are.
But yeah,
I have like goofy stories.
yeah.
Like I
Mine
have
are all
very short.
sad.
I have very short, dark stories. Like, I grew up with a kid who walked into his backyard to find his dad having just plugged himself in the head. Are you here, Dimmy? Dimmy?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Right. Yeah, like that's the whole story. Like, I don't know, like, there's no shenanigans that went on around the house that makes it so funny beforehand, right? Like,
Yeah.
all of my funny shit is me. So, like,
And
here,
baby dogs.
literally last night, this happened last night, as in, like, 26 hours or so ago. I got out of work, and I was like,
Nice shot.
yo, I want some chicken wings. That's what I want. I want chicken wings. So we have a local bar that's, like, famous for their wings. So I called, and I was like, yo, let me get a dozen hot and spicy garlic parm. Let's go. Hook it up. They're like 30 minutes, and I'm like, bet. So I had like an errand or 2 to ran those, and then I had probably 15 minutes to wait, and I wait in the parking lot of the bar watching Sansul tell his poopy monogram towel story.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm there, And the time passes, and I go in and pay for my wings, and I'm all excited. I get home, and I realize that I just paid for my wings and never took them off the bar. Never once picked them up. Just left without them entirely. Now, it's a literal 3/4 mile down the road, like down this street that I live on. Okay, so it's not far to get there. But it was still embarrassing to have to walk back in there and be like, yeah, I know that I didn't drink or come in here and order multiple things. And the only thing I did order, I came in, paid for, and didn't take it, but I'm back. So that happened.
Can I have my wings, please?
Yeah.
Can I have my wings?
The worst part is they were just sitting there.
Oh no.
Oh, were they cold?
No. It's literally 3/4 of a mile. I'd only been home for about a minute.
It's still a pretty big brain fart though. Like.
Oh yeah. I felt real dumb.
I that happened to me the other day. Like, well, not really. Like, nowhere near this bad. But like, it was kind of one of those situations where I did like the whole like the Walmart that's local to me is like it's a dumb fuck like I don't know why. Like it seems like they're setting it up so that you are almost discouraged from using self-checkout. I don't know how exactly to explain that one, but like the lines are always very long for self-checkout. And so I stood there, went through the entire self-checkout line, and then as I was leaving, realized I'd forgotten one thing, like literally one thing costing $1, but that I needed to go get anyway. So I went back in and I was like, because I'm not gonna go out to my fucking car, drop off the stuff, and then go back into the fucking store. So here I am carrying like 3 bags and a jug of like washer fluid, awkwardly, and I'm going right back to the same goddamn checkout line and telling the ladies like, hey, I'm just like, I forgot something. And then
I swear to God, I
awkward
paid for all of this.
Yeah, I paid for all of this. You probably know that because you've probably been watching me. But I'm still gonna feel awkward anyway, and I'm gonna feel even more awkward when I have to hand like 2 receipts to the. Now they have like checkers, kind of like they do at Costco, whatever. Except I guess you don't have to actually show them your receipt if you don't want to, which is kind of weird. But yeah, and basically like chuckle awkwardly and say like, oh, I have 2 receipts, as if he doesn't have 2 receipts in his hand already, and knows that like there are 2 receipts.
Yeah, you put a lot of thought into this for something. They were probably just like, oh, she forgot a thing.
Sorry.
Probably no, you're fine. It probably happens to them so frequently that like you definitely put way more thought into this than they did.
Yeah. I try not to, I'm not gonna lie, I try not to let that, like, my brain actually do that level of analysis, you know? Because, like you said, it's probably not something that they actually care about, right? Or, like
that registers as even, like,
yeah, even
notable.
if it does. Yeah, even if it does, like, who gives a shit, right?
Right. Are they gonna remember you the next time you go there and they happen to be working in 3 months?
No.
Literally, you could
You know
go
what I
out
mean?
like 2 minutes, get back into the line with the same person, and they might not recognize you because they could just be that checked out.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I know I wouldn't when I was a cashier.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, so you want to hear a good one, Ice Beans?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, I'm at work. This is back when I used to work in the car business. And my manager at the time, he did a lot of the pills. And he would often find himself a little short on money right before payday. Which usually meant you would get like 1.5 times your money if you let him borrow some. So he was like, hey, bub, you let me borrow $100 for a week, I'll give you $150 back. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I'm not broke, I can afford that, yes. And I go to get my money, and then I realize I do not have my wallet. It is at home. So he, needing money, decides he's going to be so cool and let me drive his truck back to the house. So he gives me his keys. So I head home. I get there. Going to go get my shit. And then I process that because I drove his truck, I didn't grab my keys.
Oh, jeez.
So now I'm at my house, and I know my kitchen window is not locked, so I can get in. But I don't have no key. Oh, this is so good, Ice Beans. You have no idea. There's a twist at the end here that this story melts in your mouth, not in your hands. It's good stuff. So, I get out of the truck. I process that I've not brought my keys, and I'm like, fuck it. So I climb through the kitchen window. Now, it's pretty low to the ground, as kitchen windows go. Maybe 3 feet off the ground. I'm good. I get in, no problem. I have to move the kitchen table. That's what's behind the window. It's a little annoying. Yada, 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 right? So, I get in. I get my wallet.
Close.
Look all over for it. Finally find it. And I'm like, fuck. And now I've been gone a while, right?
Yeah.
So I start hurrying. And I go, and I get to the kitchen, see the mess, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I start putting everything back. And right as I go to grab to finish up and put the table back, I climb out the kitchen window and pull it toward me and then close the window. And right then I processed that I could have just walked out the fucking door.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Your brain's like, you just gotta do everything in reverse.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that is the most, like, ridiculous.
Like, how many times have you legitimately been in that situation where you needed to climb in through a window? Your brain had no idea what to do.
More than you think. No, more than you think.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I've done that enough to know that you can use the door on the way back out. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've ever had to like break
All right.
a house like
Good
that.
game, boys. Yeah, I climbed out of my own window. Can you imagine being my neighbor and seeing
them
both
come
ends
back
of
out.
it? Because you watch me climb in knowing I'm me, right? And you're like, oh, he's not breaking in. And then as you climb out, you watch me climb out, you're like, maybe he was breaking in? Right? Like, because what other reason would you
Is he
have
planting evidence in his own house?
to climb out the fucking window?
I was half expecting
you weren't
to
black?
say as yeah, I was half expecting you to say that as you were coming out that like a neighbor caught sight of you or something. You know what
Or
I
a
mean?
police officer stopped you and had a pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, officer, promise, this is my house. I'm breaking out of my house.
I have had a cop, and I had pull up to me because he thought he caught me doing something really weird one time.
Oh no.
So this is actually a great story too. So when I got that job at the dealership, I'd been there maybe 2 days, and the office manager, who is, let me just be clear with you, real fucking nice, the nicest person I've ever met. She walks up to me and she goes, "Hey, you pissed in a cup yet?" And I was like, "No."
What?
And she's like, "You don't fucking work here until you've pissed in a cup. I can't fucking believe Steven would do this." The guy who hired me went on vacation right after he hired me. And she goes, "You fucking go tomorrow morning and you piss in a cup or you don't fucking work here. You understand me?"
Oh, take a drug test. Okay.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right. Understood.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, cool, sure, whatever. And I immediately get home and I'm like, so, we got a problem to my wife. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, all right, so I got to take a piss test. And as you know, I've been studying, but not in the right way. And she's like, all right, well, we'll figure it out. So we realize that we can get fake urine. So we go to the local like head shop, and they have bottles of fake urine, and we get 2 bottles so we can do a test run. So we go to dinner after I strap up with the fake urine on my balls. And
very cool. Okay.
Yep. And we get through the dinner, we get home, and I'm able to go ahead and like get it into the cup. Yep, go ahead.
Real quick, like, sorry, I know you're telling your story, but like, where do you get
you
this
hold
fake
Kevin
urine
off?
from?
From like a place that sells like bongs and shit.
What's up?
Ah, okay, all right, then continue. So you strap the urine next to your balls, and
Yep. And you have to. It comes with like you know what hot hands are.
no.
Hot hands are like
hand warmers.
yeah, they're little hand
Oh,
warmers
yeah,
for like the
little-
winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
hunters use them. Yeah. So it comes with the hot hands. And you put that around it with like a rubber band, and then you like tuck it up under your nuts or whatever. I guess as a lady, there's more options, but. So yeah, I tuck it up there. We go to dinner. We get through dinner, get home. All goes well. I get it in the cup. We turn like everything off, and she stands outside the door and can't tell what I'm doing. So like, we're like, okay, we're good. We got this. So I've got another bottle for the next day, right? So I get stoned because you know
Of course, yeah, of course.
we want to celebrate the new job.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, sorry. So I get stoned and I start reading the cup and I realize it's got 2 caps and one of them is like a squirt cap that makes it way easier to empty.
I should consider.
And I'm like, oh, no shit. So the next morning I do the same thing. I warm it up. I put the hot hands on, strap it up, but I put the squirt cap on. And I put it up under my nuts. And I start driving to the dealership to get the paperwork to go take the drug test.
No.
And I get Ice Bean sees where this is going so quickly. So I get like halfway to there and I feel warm in my crotch. And not just under my balls, like my whole crotch area. And I look down and it looks exactly like I have pissed myself. There was
saying great pass to him because I nailed it in.
There was like just too much warmth expansion plus pressure for the squirt cap, and it squirted right out while closed.
Please don't tell me that it. Wait, does it actually smell like urine too?
No, no. But
Nice shot.
there is, you know, I think we all know that with a little bit of friction, you can get something to dry pretty quickly.
Oh no! What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah. Let your mind do whatever you want it to do because it's probably not
So
as bad
basically,
as
like, you
it
were
actually
probably in your
was.
car and you were trying to essentially rub it out.
Yes.
Is what you were, yeah.
Yes. So I pulled over in a parking lot about a quarter of a mile from work, and I am
Try.
vigorously trying to rub the dryness to not, or the wetness to be dry. And I am looking down at my crotch, and I've got both hands down there because I'm like stretching the pants out so I can rub them. And
You were trying to rub one out, but no matter what you did, you were just soaking wet.
Yep. And so I look to my left because I see some motion, and there is a cop car.
No fucking shot.
And the cop is just looking over at me like, are you fucking serious? And I just put both of my hands up and stop, and I'm like, come here. And I wave to him. And so he gets out, and he's like, he has this look on his face. You have to understand, he thinks he's being trapped. I'm either Ghostface or I'm trying to show him my dick. And those are the only 2 options. I'm either going to kill him or I'm trying to flash him. Right? Like, that's the only 2 things his brain can process.
No.
So I just wanted him to see I wasn't doing something inappropriate. So he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I just frantically grab at a water bottle that's in the car. And I'm like, I spilled my drink on my crotch. I'm starting a new job today. And I feel ridiculous. I wanted to get dried off before I get in there. And he's like, all right, just, that doesn't look like what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
Officer, yeah.
And he's like, all right, get to work. So he basically tells me he doesn't want me to finish rubbing it out, which, shocker, shocker, got cock-blocked by a cop. So I go to the dealership. And now I'm doing shit like, you know, I untuck my shirt. Like, just quit.
Yeah.
I'm not faking the funk at this point. I'm just trying to hide it, right? Like, there's just... We're not even trying to look okay. We're just trying not to look like we wet ourselves. And so, oh, did we fake each other?
Well, I had 0 boost, so I was just going to block any touch of it.
Oh. Which is what faked me, because I was going to go, but that's fine. Good game. So, I get there, and I start, like, covering my crotch every way I can, and at least I feel like I get the piece of paper and get out of there without anybody noticing. Okay? And, for the record, if you thought the last story had a twist, buckle the fuck up.
I've
So
heard both these things before.
I get down to the testing site, and I do the same thing. I'm sitting there with the paper, and I'm like, I'm crossing my hands, covering my crotch. I'm doing everything I can for them not to be like, "What's in your pants, youngin'?" And I get in there and empty it successfly, fill the thing,
Nice.
and I'm so
glad
happy.
I'm glad there was enough liquid in there.
Oh, yeah. I've got more than enough. Like, I'm good. And I think I haven't been noticed in terms of, already having some wetness on my crotch or whatever. I'm good. I open the door, I reach back, and I flush the toilet, and I'm like, all right, let's go. My God, you can't flush the toilet. So the woman's like, why did you do that? And I'm like, I wasn't thinking, just, like, manners, raised well. She's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I don't, what do you want? Yes. And she's like, that's a failed test. You have to sit here until you can go again.
Wait. I don't understand. What? You peed into a cup.
Correct.
But you flushed. So
You-
you,
so-
didn't, you yeah.
Yeah, if you piss into the toilet, they have chemicals in the toilet, ice beans, that can, like, that will change colors if you have certain compounds in your urine. And so you cannot flush the toilet, because if you had more than what the cup takes, right, you're going to go in the toilet. So they have, like, it's just like another backup method for them to tell.
Right.
And I just flushed.
No. Okay.
So now I'm freaking out. It's like, I don't know, 9 a.m. I don't have more fake urine. And I don't know what to do, but the lady tells me I can't leave or else it gets reported as a failure. And I'm like, all right, well, listen, I'm either going to lose this job
Wait,
or I'm going
can't you test the? Can't they test the? Can't they test the cup of urine that they've been given?
Oh, it's now.
No, that test is disqualified because I flushed the toilet. Because let's say I had used some kind of masking agent.
Yeah.
There would be traces of that in the toilet.
Oh.
And so they want you, like, you cannot flush the toilet. I invalidated the test.
I have never taken this kind of drug as a test, obviously.
Yeah.
God damn. Go ahead. What
So
happened?
I am like, well,
Sorry.
I probably already lost this job, but I'm certainly not going to get it if I melt this fucking cup, so I'll leave. I'll take my chances.
Nice shot.
Good job, Dimmy. So I leave, and I don't even get to my car before the office lady is calling my phone. You motherfucker! They called Lancaster, which is our, like, parent dealership. And she's like, they called Lancaster! They know you failed your fucking test, you idiot! And I'm like, I didn't fail it. And so she's like, you did too!
Jesus, what a lovely lady.
And I'm like, Brenda, I'll retake it. She's like, why'd you fucking leave? And I was like, because I didn't have to pee. She's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I haven't had anything to drink today. I haven't had a coffee. I've had nothing. I woke up. That was my morning pee. I am dry. And she's like, you come back here right now and I'll give you all the coffee you want, but you're pissing in that cup today. I told you were.
Oh my god.
So I get back to the dealership, and I've got a legit hour to waste before the head shop that has the fake piss opens.
Right.
So I start sipping this coffee so slowly. So slowly.
You need a new piss. And he didn't have a friend around to sell him any.
Correct. So, I start sipping this coffee, the slowest I've ever sipped a coffee in my life. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's hot. And they're like, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, it's hot. And they're like, Jesus Christ, rookie. So, I keep playing off that it's just like somehow just the hottest coffee in the world. It wasn't. And at least one person definitely caught on, to be clear. Which I found out months later, but he caught on.
Sure.
And I finally, this hour passes. I go and I go and successfully take the test. And I get the job.
Nice.
Well, the person who caught on told everyone immediately. And this is what I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know at all. They didn't give a fuck. They couldn't believe I didn't just tell them I smoked some fucking weed. So for months, they let me believe that they didn't know, but they make jokes about weed all the time.
My God.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. And one of the guys there is like, buddy, I smoke every goddamn night. I don't know why you won't just tell everybody. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, the Squeege smokes every night. His name is Squeege, was his nickname. He's like, the Squeege smokes every night. And I'm like, Squeege, no the fuck you don't. You're trying to get me fired. He's like, you stupid fucking idiot. Just tell everyone you're a dumb stoner like me, and then you can smoke your weed.
My God.
And I think this guy's fucking with me, and he was trying to sell to me. He was trying to get me a discount. He just needed me to tell him I wanted it.
Oh my God.
So, finally, one day, I hear a page come over the intercom from the world's loveliest woman. I've kind of done a couple of impressions on her, so you've caught on.
Sure.
I hear Brenda's lovely voice come over the intercom. Bobby to the office! Bobby to the office! So, I get to the office, and she's like, you got pulled for a random.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay. She's like, let me see your ID. So I get my ID out. She copies my ID. She puts the times on the test, whatever. And I go out, and I look like I'm marching to my execution, to be clear. Like, there were people that could tell.
Wait.
Oh,
wait,
no.
real quick, when you say random, it's not is it at like the same
Surprise!
facility?
Yes, same
This is
facility. Same
Like, it's not
facility.
like- Okay.
Once a month, they pull someone's name from a bucket, basically. And that person has to go piss.
Dude, if you knew that, okay, I'm faulting you a little bit at this point, okay? If you knew that that was a thing that was happening, I would have a bottle of fake piss in my car, ready to go at all times.
So check me out.
All right.
I totally did.
Oh no! Cool. Okay.
Totally did.
Okay.
But you have to like heat it up, and like she gave me like 7 minutes on this fucking thing to get there and get it done. Like,
Yes, they strapped with fake piss all
yeah,
the time.
like she did not set me up for success here with timing. Okay.
Right. Sure.
So, I walk out and I look like I'm walking to my execution, and Squeege walks up, and Squeege just goes, cocaine, Moon, mostly cocaine, and Squeege just goes, hey buddy, I think you ought to just tell everyone now, because I don't think you're gonna pass this test. and I was like, what do I fucking do, Squeege? And he goes, just go tell the guys you're gonna melt that fucking cup. So I walk up to the tower and I'm like, hey, Heath, Brent, guys. And they're like, yeah, what's up, buddy? And I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea for me to go down there for a random right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, what do you mean? Why not? And I'm like, you're gonna make me say it.
They want me. They want. me to
Yeah. I'm
say
like,
it.
you're
They
gonna make
want
me say it, aren't you? And they're like,
Dude.
yeah. What do you? I don't know what you mean. And I'm like, I've been studying for the test every night. And they're like, I don't know what you mean. And I'm like, guys, I'm not going to pass that test. And they're like, yeah, but like, are you doing rails of coke off a stripper's ass? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, no, I smoke weed. And they're like, oh, you're a dumb stoner? I can't believe another fucking filthy stoner works here. Squeege, why didn't you tell me? You selling him? And I'm like, oh my fucking God, he was telling the truth the whole goddamn time.
Honest salesman.
So
Sure.
I am freaking out about how dumb I am for not having just listened to him and done this months earlier. And they're like, all right, well, now you got to go tell Brenda.
Oh, lordy.
So I turn around and I go in the office and I'm like, so Brenda, I'm going to need you to do another name pull.
Mm.
And she goes, what the fuck pills are you popping? And I was like, what? No, I just smoke weed. And she goes, Jesus, that didn't take long. I was like, what? She goes, I accused you of pills and you immediately told me what you did. You could have tried. And I was like, I am shocked. Like, this lady's clearly been doing this forever, right? Well, it turns out there are a couple guys at the dealership that did some pills, so it actually made sense. And she goes, well, guess you better be ready for next month. I don't know what that means for you, if you gotta quit, if you gotta get something, but be ready. And I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah. What do you think I can do? Keep rigging it every month like I always have?
Oh my.
And she goes, and I go, what? She goes, you didn't get pulled for a random. Randy Riley's taken every random for the past 3 years.
Oh my God.
One sober person.
Dude.
Randy Riley was 65.
God damn.
He didn't do anything.
Dude.
Except for acid in the 60s, but
Yeah,
that's a different
like-
time.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say, I was saying, she was probably mad that you were just fucking wasting your time.
Dude, they fucked with me so much those first 6 months. I remember there was a day that my ex made 2 pumpkin pies for everyone. And we get there, and I don't know why, but I can't cut circular things. Unless it's a pizza. I can cut any pizza in the world, but I can't cut a cake, I can't cut a pie, I can't cut a cheesecake. I just somehow miss the center. And so there ends up being like a fat side and a skinny side.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And so I get there and I'm like, hey Brenda, my wife made these 2 pies for everyone. Would you mind cutting them up for us? And she cuts them and, we all grab a slice and whatever and go about our days. So I'm sitting at my desk maybe hour and a half later. And the two sales managers, Heath and Brent, walk up to my desk. And they're like, they marched in from like the far end of the showroom. There's like 3 ways in. There's a lot of showmanship in this, and I didn't catch on. But they marched in from the far end, and kind of single file, very professional, quiet. And they walk right up to my desk, and they're like, "Hey, can we see you over here in the office?" So they go in the finance office in our showroom and shut the door behind me, and they're like, "Listen, we understand. You're still trying to learn how everybody around here works, and you might not know how to joke with everyone here yet, but you got to be careful. We got to write up here. We need you to sign it. We don't really want to fight about it, but we need you to understand that you can't be doing this." And I'm like, doing what? And they're like, well, Brenda said when you came in this morning, first thing you did was find a woman to cut her a pie.
What the fuck?
And she was really offended that you went to the only woman, and we're like, can you please serve us? And I'm like, guys, I absolutely asked her to cut the pie. It's because I'm retarded, not because I was somehow being sexist, but I'm so sorry. I will take full responsibility for it. I'll apologize. I would never, ever want her to feel uncomfortable. I just didn't want goofy pieces of pie. I'll go and apologize to her myself. And I don't process this at the time, but I can see that one of the managers is giggling. And in my mind, I think it's because he, like me, thinks this is the dumbest complaint on earth.
Yeah.
So I go over to the office and I shut the door behind myself and I'm like, Brenda, I am so sorry. She's like, what for? And I was like, I would never have wanted to make you feel like I wanted you to cut that pie because you're a woman. And she starts dying laughing immediately.
Bro.
Listening to me like try to construct the sentence that's centered around this theoretical transgression. She is fucking loses her shit. And I'm like, you motherfuckers!
They got you good and proper, dude.
Dude.
They knew you were a little soy boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I start at a new job, like until I'm like comfortable, I don't want to make waves, right? So yeah, I was very soy. That shit terrified the fuck out of me.
Yeah, not that I'm any better, okay? But that's very funny.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He even looks like a soybean, so it's.
Yeah.
Listen, they got me some good times, but I got some of them some good times too. I think my favorite is. Oh.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna keep listening, but I do have to hop off or I will never get to bed.
Oh, you're good, yeah.
Keep telling your fucking stories. I will catch y'all later.
Fuck yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Bye.
Behind you.
We had a guy that worked there who had no sense of smell. And he and I were in a bit of a 3-year-long prank war. That he was losing badly, by the way. And he, one day, like, his pranks were to get mad at me and just do something aggressive. So one time, he took all of his license plate screws and put them in a plastic container that came full of M&M minis and chucked it at me with the cap only partially screwed on, like barely, so that the cap came off and it was like a fucking shrapnel bomb. So I just get a cup full of fucking screws that blows up in the air halfway to my face thrown at me. So I was pretty salty about that, because that felt like it could have done some damage. Mm-hmm. So the next day, I had a pretty bad ankle injury, and I had Tiger Balm with me at work. And he can't smell anything.
Time it works every time.
And he can't smell anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he will never pick up on the menthol and be like, what the fuck is that? So I wait until he has an appointment with a customer. The customer is walking through the front door, and I have coated both of my hands in Tiger Balm. Mm-hmm. And this guy has the Friar Tuck, like, huge dead center bald spot around 80% of the top of his head.
Yeah.
With the horseshoe around it that's not. And I take both hands and I just glob up his entire bald spot. Just glob it on. And of course, any normal human would have smelled the menthol and been like, what the fuck? This is definitely like icy hot or something of that nature. I need to go fix my life. And instead, he just looks back, scowls at me, and goes on with his customer. So they get to his desk and start talking. And he just makes this face of...
Nice shot. Good setup.
Thanks. He just makes this face. I can see him. He looks like he ate a warhead with his asshole. He is just... he is so puckered up and tight while this guy's talking. He's like leaned forward like... And he just, out of nowhere, looks back at me and just gives me the murder stare. And as soon as his customer takes a long enough break, he's like, "Hey, can I excuse myself for just a moment? I gotta use the facilities." I don't know if you know this about Icy Hot and Tiger Balm, but their grease base means that when you add water to them, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't use a lot of it and get it all the way off, all you do is just distill it a little bit and spread it. So he goes in and just puts some water on his hand and rubs his head, thinking he's going to take whatever it is off. I watched this man go through the closest thing that any man has ever gone through to menopause over the course of the next 30 minutes. Because it has now dripped down, the watery, oily mixture, into his hair, around his ears, not into his eyes, but near him. You're fine. He is having the worst experience. Just hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. And he's also, like, he doesn't know, I didn't know this, but he's never used Icy Hot in his life. He tells me later. So he has never felt this ever in his life. So he thinks it's, like, in his mind, there's fucking voodoo going on. It keeps changing temperature. And he does not understand what the fuck I did. And watching this man sell a car while going through that is one of the greatest experiences of my professional career. It was amazing. And he sold the car. But man... Yeah. Oh yeah, he got the full Katy Perry treatment. That was a good clear. I also did the classic shoe polish on his phone receiver one time.
Yeah, binoculars are the other good one for that.
Yeah. But I mean, we all had phones at our desks, like office phones, so. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
He dropped it.
Christ.
Wow, we choked it. The worst.
You guys
as
realize
him.
in the
Not
beginning
as
of
bad
that
as
game
him.
that they saved that goal?
Yeah. Yes. The best, most successful prank I've ever done on him is just that one day when he was, distracted, I took a piece of rope and put 2 slip knots on it at the distance apart that I could slip them both around the opposing door handles on the 2 bathrooms. And then just pull on each end, and I would have just a perfect straight bar of a rope. So I throw this on the door handles, and Lance is not happy. Yeah, that is the next part. Lance is not happy. He is fuming, yanking on this bathroom door. He is screaming. He is cussing. He is calling me names. He is so mad because he is very much locked in the bathroom. With, for the record, a shit that he can't smell. That's not fair. So, he ends up twisting and yanking so hard that the doorknob ends up broken. You could lock and unlock that door for 2 years with any key or screwdriver or anything, a dime. You could lock people in that thing with a dime. And you could leave it in and it wouldn't fucking turn the other way. So you
That's
could...
10 cents you never spent.
Yeah, a fucking flathead screwdriver will ruin someone's life for a while in that door. So, that one came back to bite me in the ass, though. As good as it was. Over a year after it was done, when the GM decided to finally get it fixed, I knew they were coming to fix it. I'd already heard that. I didn't know anything else about it. And then my manager at the time, because at this point I'd been promoted to finance manager, so the finance director pulls me into his office. Well, actually, the same office from the story earlier. It's one of the finance offices, so that makes sense. He pulls me in, and he has on dealership letterhead a write-up. And it's a letter from Stone Rock, the GM, who, like, he doesn't really, he interacts with me about once a month during the compliance audit, and that's about it. Maybe once or twice if I have an issue with, like, let's say my commission comes in short, he'll be the guy that fixes it. That's the kind of stuff, like, really, really high-end shit. Operational. So it's a letter from Stone Rock explaining to me that because of, the high levels of security dealerships have to have, our doors all have these ridiculous locks on them that are not cheap, and it is not funny to be playing pranks using our door locks and compromising our security. And as such, I will be having my first commission check as a finance manager completely withheld, plus 200 from the next check to pay for the new lock.
Yeesh.
And once again, I acknowledge that I did the thing. I take responsibility. I'm like, all right, that sucks, but all right.
Nice shot.
And yeah, very good.
So,
And I go, and I am so upset. Like, I'm messaging my wife, like, I don't know what you're gonna have to adjust in the budget, but this is what happened. And she's like, okay, we'll figure it out, And sure enough, next day comes, I get all of my commission check, not a dime missing. So now I go up to my boss and I'm like, should I not spend this? Like, because I can't afford to lose it and pay it back, right? Like, I can't afford to double it back. So, what should I do here? Oh man, Dimmy, you
I
got
had no boost, I'm sorry.
Oh, it was Soupy. That's what I'm. Oh no, it was both of you. God damn.
Well, I mean, yeah.
What the fuck is happening here, boys? Dimmy, are you asleep on the kickoff tonight?
Nope.
These are calculated?
Well, you see, I have been taking the joint out of my mouth in the last couple of kickoffs.
Oh, well, why don't you
So I do
communicate that,
apologize.
Sorry.
Okay.
They said you deserve that. He said that should have went in. Take it.
Apparently. 2 out of 3 teammates agree.
You ever, like, I don't know if obsess is the right word, but, like, you ever just watch a film franchise on fucking repeat? Or a film on repeat?
Not usually films, but sometimes, I'll watch them, like, and it's not, like, super on repeat, but I'll watch them, like, multiple times in, like, a 2-week period.
Fuck. Sorry, boys, that was close. Yeah, I don't know about on repeat, but I have watched the entire Scream franchise like 3 times in the past week and a half, 2 weeks.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, I go through like phases with horror too, like horror, anime, true crime. Those are kind of like the things that I tend to phase in and out of.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, if it's a true crime phase, it's a lot of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like horror, it's mostly movies. There's some series worth of fuck. Oh. But mostly movies. Whereas anime, it's going to be both, like, actual series and YouTube content, right?
Also, my daughter does like to watch things on repeat. So, like, recent hits have been like Beauty and the Beast. That was big for a while. Little Mermaid, she was huge on. And then her favorite TV show that she will watch endlessly is Cosmos.
What?
Cosmos.
The Neil deGrasse Tyson one?
Yeah,
Alright.
loves it.
Nice little flick over soup.
Thanks. Yeah, that boost had to pre-flip it.
Ah, fucking yeet it around. Alright, boys. I think that's it for me. I'm fading. I can feel it.
Very good.
Yeah, it's late.
I think it's like 2.
2:30.
24. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of YouTube shitting and then we'll go to bed.
Oh, enjoy.
Good night.
Good night. Good games. Peace.
Good games. Infinite, what the fuck? Yeah, my eyes are starting to bog down. This is insane. This is crazy. Okay, I don't really want to listen to you fucking yapping. I just want to see this Warwick in action. This is crazy. Place you take, homie. You gotta take first, right? Yeah, you 3-starred Zareth. Never mind. It's so crazy. Magnet versus Copper Sphere, defying gravity. I made the most capped board. Actually, I want to watch your game. Capped board. I don't think that's possible because I've seen the all 5 cost board. What do you mean? It's not the most capped board ever. You're capping. 673. Whoa. She called him step bro. What the fuck? Where's this one shot? Question for you, dishwasher users. Are you supposed to unload right after the cycle ends? The dishes are kind of steam dried. I wait till late, then I find the dishes have like condensation on them and I have to wipe them before putting them away. So I recommend you do it right away, but I also still recommend wiping them. It's part of the process to putting them away. Always has been to me. What? I don't think I've ever watched a YouTube short that would somehow lead me here, but here we are. I also recommend running the dishwasher at least once a week with no dishes in it. Yeah. No, I recommend like a regular cycle too. Get the water flowing through the whole thing. Uh, but also like the dishwasher cleaning cycle at whatever the manufacturer recommends. Okay. A5 Wagyu Phoenix dumplings. God, other countries' street food just makes me like fucking. Ugh. I don't know what the fuck I just watched, but oh my. Fair enough. Welcome back, Testicles. Rest well, Ice Beans. Thanks for hanging out. Ice Beans, remind me, and I will get you appropriate perms to be able to drop in anytime you want. Damn. You really think this is why he owns the hotel? It's for this reason specifically? Because I'll practice if that gets me a hotel. Yo, your knife work, you need to work on how you hold your veggies, dog. You'll lose some fingers. I'm not sure. He might be making latkes. It's a bread pakoda. Oh, what's the guy's fucking name? I know what I want to watch. This guy is the fucking best, dude. He was a piece of shit. He loves this guy. Yeah. A 100 out of 10 would eat. This is what I was hoping. If this is the okay, there's a video I hope we find in tonight's feed that is so funny. He's watching this guy make a fucking drink, and this guy is like making love to the camera / viewer while the guy's making the drink, and it's amazing. C Temp, thank you for the raid. Can we get a shout out for C Temp? Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're chilling, watching some goofy shit on YouTube before bed. I assume most of you have been here before. If not, my name is Parallax, 36-year-old father of one, goofy man who plays Rocket League, smokes some weed, and plays some other games too. If you want to laugh, have a good time, make some friends, drop a follow. I think this is the extremely sexual guy, yeah. Fuck Acha. Stream's going well. C-Temp, how was yours? Oh, this video is AIDS. I make PB&J French toast. That's fire. No, it doesn't need the syrup. You gotta promise me not to. I promise I won't. It was super chill. I started super late, but I wanted to test the overlay that I've been building with Python. I don't even know what you just said. That is way too much mustard. That's awesome. Nice. Yo, you know whose overlay is amazing? Is fucking Miss Machos. Nice, C-Temp. I don't even like Spam, but I'd probably try it. Oh, yeah, no, he is. Okay. So we aren't... Oh, this is disgusting. We aren't that far from the video I want to see. I know it's within the reach of his shorts feed. This man is my fucking spirit animal, the way he just has, like, no fucking chill. You know, he's just... the tone, the lack of commitment to giving a fuck. This is fucking disgusting. Six and a half would eat. Bro, sometimes I'll be like 1 out of 10 would eat. Like, way too many notches. Well, you're wrong. Avocado's fire. This is the one. You made me think of this when you talked about the editing, Testy. No, I know. It's amazing, but like... His reaction to it is so fucking funny. Ew, I think I'm pregnant. So I wonder what his, if I sort by like popular, his shorts list looks like. This woman in the bikini is, I gotta be honest, I don't, that's probably how I end up with the fucking Japanese dancing girls, because I would click that. I don't, this isn't, shut up, Gordon. Videos, popular. Chef reactions and the Great Egg Mystery. It's raw! It does look burnt. The disappointment on his face in himself when he says that. That's why I love him. He's my spirit animal for that alone. Oh. Yeah, you're not wrong, Testy. That's yeah. Wagyu's amazing. Versus Doctor Food. This is disgusting looking. No, who? I wouldn't. Oh my god. Yeah. Damn, he is roasting him. What is it that chef reactions and a WWE wrestler are having fucking beef? When did this? Like how? Oh, wow, way to let that steak rest. Oh my god. This is amazing lore. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck is the lore on this? I'm gonna piss real quick. I'll be right back. Whoops. I knocked over the wine bottle. Oh. Yeah, I'm about to raid off. I just wanted to watch this lore video, if you will. Night, buddy. Rest well. Love you. So, all right, I'll be live tomorrow, and then Thursday will be the only other day this week. I've got the kiddo. So, see you guys tomorrow.